Welcome to the absolute disaster that is human biology, where millions of years of evolution decided to just wing it and leave us with a bunch of game-breaking glitches. Let us start with the ultimate design flaw, the fact that you breathe and eat through the exact same tube, whose idea was that literally one misplaced crumb of bread can take you out completely and send you back to the lobby, no other animal has to think about swallowing correctly, just to survive another Tuesday. Then we have the appendix, a literal ticking time bomb, just sitting in your gut, doing absolutely nothing, until it randomly decides to explode and cost you thousands in medical bills. What a fantastic feature. Speaking of terrible features, let us talk about your spine. We decided to stand upright, but forgot to upgrade the hardware, so now you get massive lower back pain, just from sleeping slightly wrong. Speaking of sleeping, your brain forces you to paralyze yourself every night, so you do not act out your dreams, but sometimes it wakes you up before turning the paralysis off, so you get to hallucinate a sleep paralysis, demons standing in your corner, absolutely brilliant game design, and do not even get me started on wisdom teeth, our jaws. Got smaller over time, but the dev team forgot to patch out the extra teeth, so they just spawn horizontally and crush your skull until a dentist forcefully extracts them. We are supposed to be the apex predators, but we are allergic to pollen, meaning plant dust makes our immune system declare total war on our own sinuses, crying, sneezing, and leaking fluid just because a flower exists nearby. It is truly pathetic, and let us not forget how easily we bite the inside of our own cheeks, while chewing the very mechanism designed to keep us alive is actively sabotaging our mouths. Moving on, let us examine the human knee load, bearing joints so poorly designed that jumping slightly too high or turning your leg 1 degree to the left will completely snap your ACL, dropping you to the floor in absolute agony. Birds have better knees than we do, and they barely even use them to walk. And what about the sun, the giant fireball in the sky that we literally rely on to produce vitamin D? So our bones do not turn to dust well if you stand in it for more than 20 minutes. It shoots invisible radiation lasers at you and burns your skin until it peels off. We need it to live, but it actively wants to destroy us, making it the most toxic relationship in human history. Then there is the human eye, which has a literal blind spot right in the middle of your vision because the optic nerve was installed backward and passes straight through the retina, meaning your brain literally has to Photoshop your vision in real time, just so you do not see a giant black hole everywhere you look while we are in the head region. Let us discuss the sinuses, which have their drainage holes located at the very top of the cavity, instead of the bottom, meaning gravity works against you and mucus just sits there rotting until you get a massive sinus infection. How did this make it past quality control? Speaking of quality control, let us look at the human reproductive system, specifically male anatomy, where the most critical, sensitive, and vital components for the continuation of the species are left dangling completely outside the protective armor of the body, just waiting to get hit by a stray football, wiping out entire bloodlines in an instant. Meanwhile, the female reproductive system demands a week of extreme, debilitating cramps and bleeding every single month just to prepare a room for a baby that is not even arriving. Talk about over preparing for guests that never show up, and let us not forget childbirth itself. Human babies have massive giant heads, but human pelvises got super narrow, so we could walk upright, meaning childbirth is one of the most agonizing and dangerous processes in the animal kingdom. Most animals just drop a baby in a field and start walking 5 minutes later, but we require an entire hospital staff just to survive the spawn animation. Then we have goosebumps, a leftover feature from when we were covered in fur, designed to puff us up and make us look intimidating to predators. But now that we are practically hairless, it just makes our skin look like cold poultry, which strikes fear into absolutely nobody. Let us talk about eyelashes. Their one job is to protect your eye from dust and debris, but half the time the eyelash itself falls directly into your eye, causing blinding, pain, and completely failing at the one task it was assigned to do. And did you know we cannot even produce our own vitamin C? Almost every other mammal just makes it internally, but if we do not eat enough citrus fruits, our teeth literally fall out and we die of scurvy, like an 1800s pirate. We also have hiccups, a completely useless spasm of the diaphragm left over from when our ancient amphibian ancestors used gills to breathe underwater. So every time you hiccup, you are basically just glitching out, trying to breathe water that is not there. Let us also mention the funny bone, which is not even a bone, but a completely exposed ulnar nerve running right against the edge of your elbow. So if you bump it against a desk, you get hit with a shockwave of electric pain that paralyzes your entire arm for 5 minutes. Truly an optimized machine. And finally, the pinky. Tow a useless appendage that provides zero balance, but exists solely to get slammed into the corner of the coffee table at 3 in the morning, sending you into the shadow realm. So congratulations on surviving with the most unoptimized biological build in the current meta. Stay safe out there.